BetOnline is your number one source for all your summer sports this season, from MLB, golf, NBA, and NHL playoff stats. All the latest stats, news, and scores are available to you to follow your favorite teams. So get the latest odds and lines, including the latest team matchups, player props, and odds on just about every sport out there. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in the action. BetOnline, where the game starts. Did you watch Collision on Saturday night?
Not yet.
You missed it. Guess what match they?
No, but it's I have it on my DVR. What?
So guess who you get to see? Will Ospreay wrestles. Take a look at who he wrestles.
Lee Moriarty.
I mean, like, dude, how funny?
That was the main event?
No, it wasn't the main event. It was just one of the matches on the show. But, like, isn't that funny? They're like, you can tell that's one of the matches they want to have Ospreay have, like, as soon as possible. And, like, sure enough, it's like his third or fourth match.
This guy that they like to put on TV all the time, but not enough to let him win.
All right.
Right.
Okay, so Dynamite.
Hey, Joe, are you there? Keeps leaving.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted him to.
We need the ratings. I was looking earlier. The ratings were not out yet for some reason. Let me look and see if they're out yet. TV ratings are in. Oh, take a guess at what it was.
I don't even know.
672,000. which is interesting because, lo and behold, I actually thought they actually did some decent stuff on this show, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, when we get to tell me what it is.
I'll let you know what it is. All right. So they start off with their obligatory, John Moxley was introduced, and he comes out, and Cobb and Fletcher were already in the ring, and they attacked him once he got the ringside, and Bryan Danielson ran out and helped his partners, so they break down to the tag match. And basically, Bryan Danielson and John Moxley beat Cobb and Fletcher. After the match, Danielson and Moxley went to the ropes to play the crowd.
Sorry, what's up?
Oh, no, we can pull the chart up.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear the number? Did you hear the number yet?
Yeah, 672.
I haven't, but let me see it.
Okay, so after the match, Danielson and Moxley went to the ropes to play the crowd, and Takeshita ran out and pulled Moxley off the ropes and suplexed him. Then Cobb and Fletcher joined Takeshita in a beatdown until Claudio ran out with a crowbar in his hand and chased away the heels. So one thing I noticed about this match is that, dude, I mean, I don't know this. Like, remember I told you I have. Go ahead.
There's no quarters yet, but here's all the analytics.
No, I don't. No, I just want to see the chart.
All right, I'll keep an eye on it.
When the chart comes up, we'll check out the chart.
I have a little info on AEW and Warner Brothers here.
Oh, and can I just say something? Disco, listen to this, because you weren't privy to this. Remember that guy that's a source for Joe Feeney?
Yes.
Okay, so I told Joe, why don't you call Matt Coon and ask him what happened? Tell him what Matt Coon told you, Joe.
Never happened.
The story about Matt Coon.
Yeah.
The guy that made up the story about.
Yeah, the guy that said he outed himself because he was standing there.
And you went to Matt Coon for the source of the story, and he said it didn't happen.
Right. Correct.
So we have a dirt sheet guy who's not a reliable source.
You know what's weird? Because that now Konnan and Coon both said no dice. Okay, so that's. But the same guy is the one that told me over the weekend, and I sent it to you guys, that Warner Brothers wanted to keep the money the same. They wanted to cancel Rampage and add Hour to Dynamite. Remember I sent you that text?
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's being reported everywhere now. And he told me that last week.
But I think it already had been reported, though.
Okay.
What these guys do is they go on a lot of these pay sites.
Like Fightful or The Observer.
And some guys go in
Bro, he lost all his credibility when he made that and said he was there.
Right.
And the two guys that matter, me and Coon, both said it didn't happen. So
I think it's.
I was going to say Disco said he thought it did happen.
Okay, then why is Coon denying it?
I think he's being dishonest.
Okay,
I think you're being dishonest.
Because you punked him and he's embarrassed, right? That's probably it.
I mean, we know, first of all, Konnan, your credibility is in question.
No, it isn't. No, because I always tell the truth. Bro, there's no reason for me to lie about anything. I don't need to lie to anything about anything.
So why does Henry Hubbard say that you're a...
You got to bring that up, Henry.
Yeah. That's great.
No, that's not. He's a dirty.
Viscera.
Coming out won't pull you over.
You tell me, bro. Are they just going to keep sending Danielson out there And until he just like it's permanently like is his gimmick. He really does want to die in the ring and be happy.
Well, obviously Danielson isn't saying no. I mean, he could say no.
Did you see all the tape he had on his back and neck and everything? All the kinetics. I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah. So did Dax.
Like, man, just take a couple days off.
Let me just say a couple things about this match. First of all, why aren't they playing Wild Thing when this guy comes out anymore? Okay, so when Moxley's coming out, Cobb, who we haven't seen in forever. And Fletcher are attacking him. Danielson runs down to help him out, right?
Right.
And I like how they were playing the music while they were brawling. It reminded me a little bit like, remember when New Jack would hit everybody while his music was playing?
Match of Born Killers.
Not every match has to have a story, but most matches in this promotion don't have any build-up or reasoning. It's just like, let's just have a good match, you know? Right. That's not enough for me because that's every match is good, you know? And obviously they're in Danielson's hometown, which is also Swerve's hometown, which is also Darby Allin's hometown of Seattle. So the crowd was popping for everything he did, but I didn't care about this match because it had no reason to exist.
All right. Okay. Right.
But is this one of the matches you liked?
This is a match that probably your AEW hardcores could tell me there's a storyline in this, but I, from the naked eye, like I said, Jeff Cobb didn't even get. Like, I didn't mention him coming back. I don't know.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's there with Fletcher. It's like, why is this match happening? But then again, like I said, to them, as long as the match is good, that's all that counts.
All right, so they did. So I'm going to give some credit here. They did do something very good.
Right.
They spotlighted a video package with Swerve Strickland, a pretty lengthy one that showed Swerve making like appearances, treating like a star, and recapped his feats to Christian Cage. Which is what they should, It's funny that I have to point this out because they should have 3 or 4 or 5 of these throughout this show for all the angles. But this was a decent one, so all credit. Adam Copeland comes out as he's playing to the crowd. He's attacked by Buddy King and Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and King tossed Copeland down the entrance ramp, and then Matthews and ran him into the steps. Malachi picked up the TNT title belt, walked to the ring with it, and King and Matthews held Copeland while Black spoke to him on the house mic. Black had Matthews remove Copeland's wedding ring and hand it over. And Kyle Riley ran out to help Copeland, but he was quickly outnumbered. He came in for an attack, and Brody King hit him with one clothesline and knocked him out. So that's
the thing is that he slid into the ring, and then when he got up, he got hit with the clothesline. But Kyle Fletcher goes out there dressed like he's
a fan,
selling ice creams outside of his house. He's in shorts and a T-shirt. He just looks like a fan. He doesn't look like a star. He doesn't do anything that they're putting him in a very big spot, and he doesn't look like a star to me.
All right. So they lead with the wedding ring, and the announcer.
That's weird. I thought that was like.
Well, and the announcers thought it was weird, and nobody had anything, but whatever. So they bring it up later on. So, dude. Just Jack Perry does not come like that. This spot is not for him. I don't know. You know what they should bring in? They should bring in they're the EVPs. They should just combine with the CEO and just bring him a Mercedes. It's like the EVPs and the CEO.
Yeah,
just saying so.
Yeah, totally.
Because she gets heat. She probably can get more heat than these guys can.
I think that's a good idea. That's a good little combo there.
Yeah. So Renee Paquette interviewed FTR backstage and noted they were down a man in the Anarchy in the Arena match due to the attack on Eddie Kingston. Then a graphic listed a blank spot in their match while Wheeler said he thinks they found a 4th man. Dude, I'm sorry. These guys have never ever. I can't recall one time they've cut an interesting interview. Their interviews are just
who?
FTR.
I'd like to point out a tweet that I believe was directed towards maybe us and some of the other guys, but still there's a graphic that announced Okada and Dax from last night. And Dax retweeted it and said, I can't wait for paid podcasters to complain and ask, where's the story?
Well, the story is he's getting his legacy.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. That's been their story. That's been their story the whole time.
They attacked their friend and they came in and saved him. So now they're having a match. Now all of a sudden he's a contender for the title, for the whatever. So I don't know. Young Bucks and Nick Jackson against Chris Daniels and Matt Sydal in an eliminator match. So they had a pretty good on Collision. They had a backstage confrontation with Chris Daniels,
right?
And Daniels was excellent in this,
right?
Like, he yelled at them, dressed him down, showed, like, bro, he totally stole the scene, right?
Right.
And he knew it would lead to a match, and here we are with the match, okay?
Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, you got to see that. That was a very good, and it's all Daniels. He was excellent. Good. Actually, try to find that, Joe, for Konnan.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Daniels in the Elite backstage promo. But basically, they beat them. Then after the match, the Bucks went to the stage and delivered a promo. And Matthew recalled Daniels talking down with him and put his hands on him last week. And Matthew said they've been trying to clean up the locker room with toxicity and accused Daniels of trying to screw that up. Then they fired him. And Matthew said they're not evil and take care of Daniels' family by giving him a sweet 30-day severance package. And Matthew told the fans to enjoy the rest of the show. So this is, bro, it's like they're trying to do like these really dastardly things to get heat.
But none of it gets heat. Look, they give out these fines. Yeah. They give out these fines. They were making fun of Alvarez. Who gives about that, right? Mm-hmm. Now they do this thing with CD, which, bro, if the promo's as good as you say it is, they should have put a B-roll of that promo so people could see it and know what this is all about, because they're firing a guy that never, ever, ever wrestles, okay? Unless you're a hardcore fan, which their fan base is there, that CD and the Young Bucks are all from California and are friends as a shoot. But that should be brought up by the commentators and with videos. They give this a reason for you to get mad when he gets fired, but they do none of that.
Yeah, you're supposed to know he's been working backstage.
Well, bro, just because, for example, this guy goes, people are asking, where's the story? Dax, you know well enough that you can have matches, great matches, and yeah, they're good matches, but every match is way better if it has a backstory, whether it's in boxing, MMA, or wrestling. If you guys are
Super Bowl, anything,
If you guys are too lazy to come up with a story or write a story, that's on you. What do you mean, where's the story? There should be a backstory to make it more interesting. It should just be, what's so interesting that half of a tag team, Dax, is wrestling Okada? Where's the interest there?
And let me say this. Like I said, the Daniels thing with the Young Bucks was so good. It absolutely should have been on like they should have showed this before this.
You know what? I'm going to actually say, where is the story on this? I'm going to answer Dax.
Okay, so let me say this, though. You would have never known it, but Jack Perry was at ringside doing commentary during this and didn't say anything of note or of interest. But after the match, and after they fired the Daniels, at the broadcast table, Perry called for a toast to the Bucks for always making the tough decisions and took a drink from a Ric Flair energy drink and poured the rest over the head of Tony Schiavone. I want to say something about Tony Schiavone. Yeah, but here's the thing about Tony Schiavone. Dude, I don't know, if he's trying to, if this is, they've told him to say this, or if he just say constantly throughout the show, this is Tony's shtick. What a match. This is a great match. This is a hell of a match.
Yeah, this is the best match I've ever seen.
This is a great match. What a match. Great match. Bro, he says that like all show long. It's like, okay, Tony, we get it. It's a great, great match. Could you imagine, have you ever heard like Pat McAfee say in the middle of the show, what a great match this is? No. By the way, we forgot this. This is funny.
When he barked?
No. I forgot to say.
But did you see when he barked? How hilarious was that?
No,
when the Braun Breaker did?
I forgot on Raw. Then they opened the show. This was hysterical. Drew comes down to ringside and got right in Michael Cole's face, and Mike Cole was calling him a hypocrite. And McAfee got up and was telling Drew, he called you a hypocrite. Yeah. He called you as like stooging him off. Yeah. He called you a hypocrite. And then they go to this thing, and then Cole's like, you're the one that gave him a platform to spew his lies on your show and stuff like, that was actually pretty funny. So
he's great.
Back to the AEW stuff. So Renee Paquette interviewed Tony Storm backstage, and she was accompanied by Luther and Mariah May. Paquette noted that Luther, May, and Saraya were banned from ringside during Storm's grudge match with Harley Cameron. Storm thanked Serena Deeb for knocking her out so she didn't have to listen to another second of her sob story. Because she's so good at this character, Tony Storm is one of the better promos in the business right now. Because she's very comfortable in this character and verbiage.
It's almost like, I'll give you an example. It's like she was in WWE. She was misused, miscast. They had, we were always big fans of her. Me and Joe were. And then she came to AEW. She did not get over at all. And she did not look comfortable as a face. And then sometimes people make better heels than faces, but she finally found something that she was comfortable in, much like you were in your character. And she feels real comfortable. She says funny. She's good on commentary. She's got good one-liners. Her wrestling's great. Her persona's great. She's my favorite character on that show.
Okay. Yeah. So next is Malachi Black is back in his like black area backstage holding Adam Copeland's wedding ring.
I thought that was corny.
And Black accepted Copeland's challenge to a barbed wire steel cage match. And Black said that when he beats Copeland, Copeland must bend the knee to the House of Black. Dude, what is going on with Adam Copeland? Why is he doing all these bloody gimmick matches like CZW? This is like, I don't know why he's a guy. They must be paying him an absolute fortune, and he's just like, because he doesn't have to work that much. I don't see him really like saying, saying no to any of this stuff. But like, I don't want to, bro. This guy's every match he's in is a gimmick garbage, no DQ match. It's ridiculous. I don't want to see it. That's not his style. I don't know. Maybe he thinks that like he went his career for so long in the WWE system where he never got a chance to do this. His fan base likes it, so he's going to say like, okay, I'm going to show my range. And
he did for that stuff though in WWDI. He feuded with Foley. He did the TLC matches. Bro, him and Cena had hardcore matches. That's
something years ago though, like way long ago. I don't know. Actually,
like 15 maybe, but up until he retired, he always did TLC or he did TAC. He did all that stuff back then.
Oh, you're right. Actually, you're right. You were talking about stuff when I wasn't watching it.
Yeah. Him and Cena had a great feud when you. I don't know if Konnan was watching either.
Remember when him and Randy Orton had the greatest match of all time gimmick? And that was like a 30-minute hardcore match. Everything was backstage,
all through the building, right?
Konnan, guess who we got to see tonight? Sebastian Wolf.
Ooh.
He wrestled Hook. Hook beat him in 30 seconds.
Does he howl?
This is what I don't understand. I don't understand why you're having Hook still do squashes. He's over.
Right. And he's supposed to
it's almost like having Wardlow doing squashes. All right. This squashes to get him over. He doesn't need to continue doing him. Now it becomes passe and it's not a novelty anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. He took the microphone after Justin Roberts announced as a winner. Hook said he was there for the Chris Jericho of the FTW Championship and called out Jericho. He came to the ring with Big Bill. He's waving again, and they're like, he's. I laugh every time he does that. Taz said he's never liked Jericho, and that he can't stand Big Bill either. And once in the ring, a happy Jericho spoke about how happy he was to be called out, even if he was sharing the spotlight with somebody. Hook challenged Jericho to put his FTW Championship on the line tonight, and Jericho asked the crowd if they want to see that, and then said he would too. Jericho said it wasn't a fighting moment; it was a teaching moment. Jericho told Hook that he needed to be less self like he is. A please retire chant broke out, and Jericho acknowledged chants that the fans want him to retire because he'll be inducted to every Hall of Fame in the world, but he's not ready for that yet. Jericho said Hook needed to learn the lesson that when you lose a title, you have to work your way up the ladder again, and Jericho said that Hook would be in a qualification match on Saturday. Jericho said that if Hook won the match, then maybe he would get a chance to face him for the FTW Championship. Then Jericho asked Hook if that sounded good. Hook said yes, and asked Jericho if he knew what else would sound good. Hook slammed the microphone over Jericho's head, and the Big Bill attacked Hook. Jericho had blood in his hair. I guess he cut him open on that. Then Ciabatta came out. Jericho exited the ring, and then Ciabatta cleared Big Bill from the ring. Then Jericho put his hand on his head and showed off the blood in his hand. Excalibur said Hook's match would take place on AEW Collision. I thought Jericho was great in this. I loved all this verbiage. What'd you think of this?
Does not interest me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, Hook's not interesting character to me.
But here's what should have happened because here's the thing. Tony Schiavone last week interrupted Jericho's promo and said Hook was going to be here next week, right? Bro, Hook didn't need a 30-second squash. Hook should have came out, went down to ringside, grabbed the mic out of the ring, and called Jericho out. That should have been the stick, not the match against Sebastian.
Right. And
who is this guy?
Dude, and you could do a lot of funny stuff with Jericho, like that thing that you said you did in TNA, where Jericho's in a room and you've got all the green guys.
The green guys,
on the
they
floor.
can ask them questions.
Right.
For
And
5
he's
minutes.
Right. Mr. Jericho's about to walk in. Please don't look at him directly in the eyes or something like that type. This will take you to another level, like that, But this to me, I'm not a big. This Hook Jericho thing is not interesting to me whatsoever.
Oh yeah,
His new persona, the fake persona. Hi guys, all that. That's funny.
I guess Chris had a decent night last night because he did this, and then he must have rolled out because he was at the Stones concert at the stadium nearby. He must have went right over to the thing, seen the Stones. I had that.
That's very uninteresting news.
I thought you'd be like,
I had asked you to send me something on Jericho. As usual, I have to remind you.
Oh, I didn't. I just didn't. I haven't gotten to that segment yet. But it's not released. Nobody has it or anything. Where did I? Oh, I had that Young Bucks promo. Where the is?
We had it.
Yeah, you went to see this, right?
Yeah. Konnan Disco. So that's not the Young Bucks promo, bro.
It says this is where they fire Chris Daniels.
Dude, I said I wanted the back
from Collision.
From Collision.
Oh, Collision. Okay, all right, I got it.
All right. All right. So Swerve cuts a promo backstage because he's from Washington. He brought home a championship to Washington. He said he would put Christian Cage in the grave and spoke about facing Cage. He comes out. Bro, how hysterical is this? Swerve comes out. He's a champion, and then Cage comes out.
What's that? And you know what's funny? The last 2 weeks, he's come out without Prince Nana. I don't know if something's wrong with him. Not that he needs him, because the only time Nana got over when he was doing the dancing stick, right?
Well, isn't Nana selling from 2 weeks ago when they beat him and when Cage beat?
Is that what it is?
I'm assuming.
Might be.
I don't know. They haven't mentioned anything, so. But they did the gimmick here where Swerve goes from his promo through the backstage and to the ring like they did in
right.
Like yeah. So, but this should have been introduce Cage first,
right? Then the champion,
right? I mean, come on, it's like So I like Cage, and this was probably Cage's best match he's had with somebody because he's wrestled the world champion because he got heat on him. But for Cage's spot on the card and what they've done with him, this is way too long for Swerve to have a match with them, since like you're building him up for a match against Christian Cage. But they went 14 minutes, almost 15 minutes, right? And they went for a power bomb, and Swerve countered into the clunky double stomp, and then Swerve used his leg to snap Cage's arm, then hit with a house call kick and scored the pin. After the match, Swerve slammed a chair over the shoulder of Cage, and Christian Cage's entrance scene played. And it says Cage. This was so. I can't stand when they do this, but Christian comes out with the mom on the stage, okay, and he's getting ready to cut a promo. And Swerve put Brian Cage's shoulder over one chair while holding another chair as Christian and Shayna Wayne were on there, and Swerve lifted up to hit him with the chair. Didn't hit Cage with the chair, Brian Cage. But of course, Nick Wayne enters the ring behind him and hits him with a low blow. Then Killswitch enters the ring and joined Nick in attacking Swerve while Christian and Shayna watch from the stage. Then Nick showed off a framed photo of Swerve and his family, then slammed it over Swerve's head, and Swerve bled pretty good. He was gushing out of his eye. Then Killswitch held Swerve over the middle rope, and Christian stood at ringside and told Swerve that he embarrassed Nick when he attacked him in his gym last year. Then Christian held the photo of Swerve's family and asked if his daughter is proud of her absentee father. Christian smeared the photo of Swerve's head and then showed off the blood that was all over it. And Christian said he took Swerve's blood tonight and will take his world championship at AEW Double or Nothing. This attack made Swerve look stupid because, there's obviously 4 people in the group and he was just standing there and you knew that they were kind of like, did you know that they were going to come in and attack him from behind?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, come on. It's like that, this really did nothing. This whole segment really didn't do anything for Cage, for Swerve. I mean, other than giving Cage some heat, but it just didn't make him look, I didn't really feel the sympathy because he made himself look stupid by not realizing he could have been like attacked. They should have sent those guys down 2-on-1, okay, head on, and they come in and it's 2-on-1. He fights and then they stop him. I don't know. It's just, you could understand. What a fan of this. Not Cage, not Swerve's fault either. So. Your favorite? What did you think of this, by the way?
Cage looked good. Match too long. Everybody in the dressing room respects Cage, and they want to have a good match with him. Strickland's no exception. Wayne doesn't do anything for me. The mom doesn't do anything for me. Luchasaurus doesn't do anything for me. I think they're a waste of a group. The only guy there that I'm interested in is Christian, and Christian ain't going to win the title. So but it'll be a good match. And I'm sure Wayne will get involved, and Luchasaurus will get involved, and the mom will get involved, and it looks like he's going to lose, and he ends up winning.
You know what's interesting? This is where AEW is missing the where they miss something creatively. And in the WWE, the factions, we show the factions in backstage vignettes where they're showing personality issues with each other and communicating with each other backstage.
Right.
That's basically, it's not even like an video. Bro, the only time we see these factions are when they walk through the curtain and come out on the stage onto the show.
Right.
Like, nothing was going on behind the scenes with these guys. There's no, like, interaction between the mom and, like, our Cage and the mom dating. I
did like when Christian Cage referred to Nick Wayne as his son. That was
right.
Funny.
But all they do, the only thing that makes us a faction is they all four walk out with each other.
Yeah, that's it. Same thing with Roderick when he came out with those two guys. They look like J-Brones. Like,
right.
What titles are you sporting? Who are you? Why are you hooking up with Roderick Strong? I guess they used to be a group in ROH back in the day, but who knows that?
If you're going to have a faction, you got to tell some stories with the faction.
Right.
You tell the story, but show them interact with each other.
That's why the Judgment Day was so over.
Right.
Okay, this is it.
Okay, we got it. Turn it.
Can't hear it.
Well, you're at a career feed. My talent relations. How about you stick back?
I can't hear it, Joe.
That's it. That's as loud as it goes. This is the only one.
Turn your volume up, Konnan.
Let me see. Go ahead.
The job that I hired you to do. How much money have you made the last 5 years? You're welcome. The most money here is at your career feed. My talent relations. How about you stick back with the headset on? Guys, who do you think you're talking to, man? Huh? After everything we've been through together, you're gonna talk to me like I was on wacky? Huh? I've been here since day one. You got me this job. I love this job. And I've done my own career up to the side to make this company as good as it can be. And I was your friend would be your friend who was the hardest job on the planet. So if you ever talk to me like that again, be Matt. Well, I guess he told him. Wow.
Okay, that was very good. Why was that not shown? Why was that not?
30, I know, a 30-second little thing like that. You could have shown before the match, right? Yeah. I don't know.
That would have made his firing so much more better.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
how hard is that to do, dude?
It's like, crazy.
And the AEW fans criticize us for picking on them. How could you defend that?
Right. Just put it on the show, dude.
Right. It was great.
Okay, well, now we get to your favorite segment.
Right.
Had interviewed Hook and Shibata in the backstage area, and Hook said he would beat anyone to get his hands on Jericho. And Shibata uses translator to ask, even me? Then Hook asked what he meant. Shibata said he wants another shot at Jericho. Hook said that if push comes to shove, he would face Shibata to get his hands on Jericho. Then Samoa Joe entered the picture and asked Hook what was wrong with him. Joe said he thought Hook was something special, but he keeps falling in the same trap over and over again, and now Jericho has him at his own man's neck. Joe said that if Hook and Shibata stop playing with themselves, they might actually be dangerous. Then Hook yelled that he would fight Joe. And then Shibata uses translator to say that Joe was too big to wear floral patterns.
That's the line of the night, bro.
Yeah, you know what's funny, too?
Huge.
Shibata is going to get an interview every single week because everybody's popping on the gimmick with the phone translator thing. So he's going to he'll probably get some personality and get over a little bit.
That was great.
Yeah.
But when Hook yelled at Joe, I'll fight you, Joe. It's like, bro, Joe already beat you, choked you out. And, I think some of the bloom is off of Hook. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not as special as he once was to me.
Well, let's not forget that, Hook and Joe had that big match everybody thought was like so great.
Right.
Then the next week they came out and Hook challenged him and they got punked.
Right.
He had another chance here to so Joe comes out. Now Joe's acting like friendly to him, kind of like he's like a teaching more. I wonder if they're going with Joe and Jericho here down the road. Is that's the thing,
Maybe.
Because Joe's at the snap of a finger, he's a babyface. You just put him against a heel and the fans are going to cheer him.
Right.
And he can cut babyface and heel promos. He just he's in character. I'm a tough guy, so he just talks stuff. So this is being booked as a some of this stuff doesn't resonate. Maybe I watch it and I just forget about it. But Tony Storm against Harley Cameron in what is described as a grudge match. What's the grudge here? Did I miss something?
No.
This was bold as bit. They should have had another video package here telling the thinkers of why this is a grudge match.
Because it isn't. They have not faced each other enough times to be a grudge match. I think they faced each other once, maybe. Grudge matches, like what a Cowboy, what was this guy's Cowboy? I haven't seen him in a while.
Hangman Page.
Hangman and Swerve. That's a grudge match.
Right.
Okay, so Harley.
So they said, time out. I'm missing.
Well, this is from the Tony Storm thing. This is from before.
Okay, go ahead.
So Tony wanted revenge because Harley Cameron and Saraya viciously attacked her. That's why it's a grudge match, Di.
Okay, but this is funny. This is the notes that Jason Powell was. I'm reading Jason Powell.
Right.
As previously noted, Luther, Mariah May, and Saraya were all banned from ringside. When was that noted? I missed that. So they're all banned from ringside. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, but basically, Tony Storm goes over 7 minutes and 10 seconds. This was a grudge match, not another eliminator match. What's the difference? You tell me. That's what Powell's POV says. What's the difference between a grudge match and an eliminator match, Konnan?
I don't know.
Tell me.
Well, an eliminator match is if you win, you get a title shot, and if you lose, you don't.
All right. So this is a segment that I thought was good coming up here. So Arcadia Ora interviewed Will Ospreay as well as the Undisputed Kingdom members Strong, Wardlow, Taven, and Bennett. So they're all there. They're face to face. Ospreay says Strong was either confident because his guys would help him things turn physical because Ospreay retired the Tiger Driver. Ospreay says Strong has never respected him and therefore he has none for him. Strong said he doesn't respect Ospreay because he's so talented in the ring yet an idiot outside the ring. Strong said Ospreay raising a child doesn't change anything, and Strong said he had a neck injury that nearly took him, but he doesn't quit. Strong said he doesn't care what everyone thinks Ospreay is because he knows he's a coward, a child. And Ospreay said he would take the one thing that makes Strong special and show everyone why he's on another level. And also, Ospreay in this promo mentioned their history in Ring of Honor and the past, whatever, and so they brought all that I don't care about. Now, I will say this. This was a good exchange. I liked Roderick Strong in this. Bro, you know how we talk about, guys, you can be a great worker and everything, but you got to know how to do weekly American television. Dude, Ospreay needs to learn, when you're doing promos back and forth, don't be like me. You can't interrupt the guy and talk over him because then we couldn't understand what the guy could you speak. And did you see what he did that a couple times? He tried to speak over him, and bro, you can't hear what Strong's you miss a couple of the words that Strong says. You gotta let the guy finish. So Will Ospreay has my problem, and he tries to cut people off. So Will Ospreay is they should call him Disco Ospreay. Will Disco Ospreay. Do you like that, Konnan?
No,
because he tries to interrupt people like I do. No. But did you see him try to interrupt him?
Yes.
Did it remind you of that me?
No, you're way worse.
I disagree with that. I thought Ospreay was worse. But this is actually a decent exchange. I like this. And I thought
and it was good because it felt real. It felt like that might have happened and they used it as a storyline. Maybe he did disrespect him 10 years ago and he was acting like a little kid or something,
Right.
And because Strong's obviously older.
Right. So I will say this was a good verbiage by Ospreay, good verbiage by Strong. However, Ospreay's got, dude, you got to learn. That's kind of being a little bit green in the other things you got to do in professional wrestling, like interviews, backstage vignettes. So don't talk over the guy. Renee Paquette was in the ring.
But that back and forth actually got me interested in their match.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
I think that interested me.
Yeah.
So Renee Paquette was in the ring for the contract sign. She introduced Mercedes Moné. Came out dressed to the nines. She was dancing. Then Willow Nightingale came out. She was dressed. But, bro, the one thing that having Mercedes Moné on the show is all the girls have looked around and said, we have to start dressing up too. We're going to look broke.
Well, but she did not dress up to the nines. She dressed maybe to the nines if you're shopping at TJ Maxx. No, but she looked like she was her assistant.
Yeah, but bro, sometimes she has cheap jeans on that are pulled all the way up past her belly.
It was an upgrade, but it still was not. She still did not come up as a star. Come on.
Better than when we were criticizing.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Willow took a seat at the contract tails out. Willow said she needed to know whether Monet respects the TBS champion. Then Willow said the belt.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Because you would know this better than me. She says that TBS championship is 50 years old. What is that?
I don't
Did
know.
Women
hold championship?
She said that. She said it had a 50-year legacy, and I'm thinking, well, was there a championship for women?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, did she mean wrestling on the network? Yeah.
No, let me finish. Let me finish thinking.
Okay.
I have the line right here.
All right.
Willow said the belt celebrates the legacy of pro wrestling that started over 50 years ago on the network.
Got it.
That's what she said. Okay, yeah. So like 50 years of wrestling on TV.
Right.
Yes. Okay, this represents whatever.
Okay.
So Willow pointed out that her Titantron says nothing matters. Smile anyway. Willow said it means that she looks for something to smile for through all the doom and the gloom. And Willow said the title is what matters to her. And Willow said she would not let Monet walk into AEW and take it away from her Double or Nothing or ever. Then Willow signed the contract passage Monet. Now let's remind everybody that Mercedes Monet has a writer that writes her promos for her that she brought over from the WWE named Jen Pepperman. So this is Jen Pepperman's promo that I'm going to read to you that was delivered by Mercedes Monet. Monet told
by a baby face.
Right. She's supposed to be baby.
Right.
Monet told Everett to say hello to their CEO. They got booze. Let's come CEO chance. And Monet said money changes everything isn't a catchphrase. It's a fact. She said that while Willow was training in 2015, she was already changing the game forever. Monet said she broke down the door and shattered the glass ceiling. Monet said she respects Willow and thinks she's a great champion, but there's a difference between being great and being the greatest of all time. Monet spoke about becoming the face of TBS. Monet said that losing to her will be the best thing that ever happens to Willow. And Monet said her legacy is all about winning, and then she signed the contract. Willow said she walked away the champion last time they wrestled, whereas Monet didn't walk out at all. Then Monet got up and slapped her in the face, and Taz said he didn't blame Monet. Then Willow ducked when Monet tried to hit her with the TBS title belt and caught Monet with a kick and then powerbombed her through the table, which got cheers from the crowd. Now I'm wondering if they wrote that verbiage thinking that it would get a heel reaction, maybe, But at least she's a heel now. She wasn't. Isn't that funny? She started off getting the CEO chance like 6 weeks ago, and now she's just getting booed.
Well, I made that. So for years we've been saying that she always cuts heel promos as a babyface, even when she was in WWE. Then she came in here, and then check it out. Yeah. Her first weekend that she came in, she got a thunderous, obviously she was in Boston, but she got a thunderous ovation, CEO chants, like huge babyface thing. Her promo is very heelish, and we brought it up. Her second week, she got a huge ovation. Her promo was heelish. We brought it up. The third week, her promo was heelish. We brought it up. The fourth week, the fans figured it out and turned on her.
So then we go to Okada versus Dax Harwood. Okay. There was a 16-minute match. Good match. These guys are good workers. And Okada goes over. After the match, Jack Perry, Matthew Jackson, Nicholas Jackson hit the ring and attacked Harwood. Cash Wheeler and Bryan Danielson ran out to help him outnumbered. Then Darby Allin's music played, so he looks like he's going to be the fourth guy. And he goes up to the stage, and then Allin entered the ring and hit them from behind with a skateboard. Then Allin jabbed Perry in the gut with the skateboard to cap off the babyface, clearing the elite members of the ring to close the show. My question is, Bryan Danielson is one of the guys in this four-way anarchy in the arena. Why did they just not get Moxley?
I don't know.
Yeah. Let me read your pal's POV. Wait. So Darby Allin broke his foot in mid-March, was hit by a bus. Yet somehow he's already back in the ring. That dude is not human, and there's nothing anyone can say that will change my mind. Anyway, they will miss Kingston's mic's work, but Al is a great replacement for Anarchy in the Arena. Did you see the spot that Eddie Kingston got hurt on?
No.
Joe, try to pull that up. The Kingston versus who was the guy he wrestled? The loudmouth guy from on the New Japan show. Bro, it's one of the dumbest things you've ever seen. Like I don't know what they were thinking. Like he was destined to get hurt on the moves that he gave him because they did we'll just have to show. Just pull it up.
Yeah.
What did you think of this match? What did you think of this match?
No, the match is good, but I'm not interested because I know Okada's going to go over.
Right.
I'm not interested just because it's a good match. I like stories.
Right.
I like those.
So that's been our AEW.
I like Toidos. Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.